In the vastness of space, Jupiter floated majestically, a giant ball of gas and storms. Its swirling clouds and colorful bands were beautiful, but something strange was happening. The Galactic Empire, a powerful force that ruled many planets, noticed unusual signals coming from Jupiter. These signals were unlike anything they had seen before, a series of beeps and hums that echoed through the darkness. In the heart of the Empire, a group of leaders gathered in a large, dimly lit room. They watched the data on a glowing screen showing the strange signals. Commander Zoran, a tall man with sharp features and a cold demeanor, frowned as he studied the readings. "Are these signals a threat?" he asked, his voice steady but laced with concern. One of the scientists, Dr. Vela, pushed her glasses up on her nose and replied, "We believe it's a natural phenomenon, Commander. Jupiter is a volatile planet. It could be a storm or some electromagnetic activity." Zoran shook his head. "No, this is different. I want a team sent to investigate. If these signals are coming from humans, we need to know their plans." Meanwhile, on Earth, a team of brilliant scientists and engineers was gathered in a high-tech laboratory. They were led by a determined woman named Dr. Mia Chen, known for her innovative ideas and fearless spirit. The team was focused on an incredible project, transforming Jupiter into a warship. "We can't let the Empire think they can bully us," Dr. Mia said passionately to her team. "If we can turn Jupiter into a powerful warship, we can protect Earth and show the Empire that we are not to be underestimated." Her team nodded, excitement brewing in the air. They had been working in secret, gathering resources and developing advanced technology to make their dream a reality. "We need to move fast," said Leo, one of the engineers. "If the Empire finds out what we're doing, they will come after us." The team began their work, using drones and robots to build the necessary tools. They planned to use Jupiter's massive size and gravity to create a strong defense system. The work was challenging, but they were determined. Days turned into weeks, and the humans continued to work tirelessly. They designed weapons that could fire powerful energy blasts and shields that could withstand enemy attacks. Every day, they communicated with each other, sharing ideas and solving problems. Their teamwork was strong, fueled by the hope of a safer future. Back in the Empire's command center, Zoran received more reports about the signals. They were getting stronger, more organized. He leaned closer to the screen, a sense of unease creeping into his mind. Is it possible humans are behind this? He wondered aloud. They've always been viewed as a weak race, but what if they're planning something big? The Empire's leaders dismissed Zoran's concerns, laughing at the thought. "Humans can't compete with us. They are still stuck in their primitive ways," one of them scoffed. But Zoran wasn't so sure. He knew the humans were resourceful and clever. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was brewing in the depths of space. Back on Earth, the team was making progress. They had built a massive array of machines and devices that could harness Jupiter's natural resources. They were developing a way to use the planet's powerful storms as energy sources. Dr. Mia looked at her team with pride. "We are close to finishing," she said, a smile on her face. "Soon Jupiter will be ready to defend Earth!" As they worked, the strange signals continued, a constant reminder of their mission. They were driven by the desire to protect their home, unaware that the Galactic Empire was watching closely, waiting for the right moment to strike. In the shadows of space, the stage was set for a battle that would change everything. The Galactic Empire thought they knew what to expect from humanity, but they were about to learn a shocking truth. Humans could surprise them in ways they never imagined. The transformation of Jupiter was just beginning, and it would lead to a clash that would echo through the cosmos. And so, the first chapter of their story unfolded, with Jupiter at the center of a brewing storm, both literally and figuratively. As the days passed, Dr. Mia Chen and her team worked tirelessly in the high-tech lab on Earth. Their goal was clear, to transform Jupiter into an unstoppable warship that could protect humanity from the Galactic Empire. The pressure was high, but excitement buzzed in the air as they built their incredible creation. "Okay, team," Dr. Mia said, gathering everyone around a large holographic display. "We need to figure out how to use Jupiter's massive storms for energy. If we can tap into that power, our warship will be nearly invincible." Leo, one of the engineers, nodded enthusiastically. "We can create energy collectors that harness the storm's lightning and winds. With the right technology, we could turn Jupiter's natural forces into fuel." The team sprang into action. They divided into smaller groups, each tackling a specific part of the project. Some worked on the energy collectors, while others focused on building weapons and defenses. Each member knew their role was crucial to the mission's success. Weeks turned into months as the team faced challenges and setbacks. They struggled with the harsh conditions of space and the technical difficulties of working on a planet like Jupiter. But every failure brought them closer to their goal, and their determination only grew stronger. One evening, while reviewing their progress, Mia noticed something alarming. "We're running low on resources. If we don't find a way to gather more materials, we won't finish in time," she said, her brow furrowed with worry. Leo looked concerned. "What if we send drones to gather materials from the moons of Jupiter? They have valuable minerals that we can use for our weapons and shields." "That's a great idea," Mia replied, relief washing over her. "Let's deploy the drones immediately." The team quickly set up the drones and programmed them to search for resources. As they worked, they felt the weight of the Empire's looming threat. They knew time was not on their side. Meanwhile, the Galactic Empire continued to monitor the strange signals from Jupiter. Commander Zoran sat in his command center studying the latest data. The signals were becoming more structured and organized. Something was happening, and he couldn't shake the feeling that the humans were behind it. "Send more spies to Earth," Zoran ordered. "We need to find out what they are planning. If they are building a warship, we must stop them before it's too late." The spies infiltrated human facilities, gathering information. However, the humans were careful, keeping their most important work hidden. Every time the spies thought they had a lead, they encountered unexpected obstacles. Back at the lab, the drones returned with precious resources from the moons. The team cheered as they unloaded the materials, which included metals and crystals that would enhance their weapons. With renewed energy, they dove back into their work. "Look at this," shouted Sam, a young engineer holding up a glowing crystal. "This could power our energy collectors." "It's perfect," Mia smiled, feeling hope surge within her. "Great work, everyone. Let's get these crystals integrated into our designs. We are one step closer." As the team worked late into the night, they shared stories and laughter. They grew closer, bonded by their shared mission and the challenges they faced. Each member knew that they were part of something bigger than themselves. Days turned into weeks, and soon the energy collectors were ready. They built massive structures that could catch Jupiter's fierce winds and lightning. The warship was taking shape, with its enormous body reflecting the light of the distant sun. But the humans were unaware that the Empire was closing in. Zoran had gathered a fleet, preparing to launch an attack on Earth. He was convinced that destroying the humans now would prevent any future threat. One fateful night, as the team gathered to celebrate their progress, Mia felt a shiver down her spine. "I can't shake this feeling," she said, looking around at her friends. "We need to be ready for anything." The team nodded, understanding the seriousness of the situation. They continued working, knowing that every moment counted. They were determined to finish their warship and defend Earth, no matter what challenges lay ahead. With each passing day, Jupiter transformed from a peaceful planet into a formidable warship. The humans were on the brink of something extraordinary, and the fate of their world rested on their shoulders. Little did they know, the Empire was preparing to unleash its might, and a clash was inevitable. The battle for the future of humanity was about to begin. The Galactic Empire had been watching the humans closely, and Commander Zoran was growing impatient. Reports came in about the humans' progress on Jupiter, and the data confirmed his worst fears. The humans were building a warship. Zoran knew that they had to act quickly before the humans completed their project. "Prepare the fleet," he ordered his officers, his voice cold and firm. "We will attack Earth before the humans can finish their weapon. They are a threat, and we must crush them now." As the Empire's ships began to mobilize, a sense of urgency filled the command center. The officers scrambled to ready the fleet, knowing that they were about to engage in a crucial battle. The Empire's warships were powerful and numerous, but they underestimated the strength of humanity's resolve. Back on Earth, Dr. Mia Chen and her team had been celebrating their recent successes. They had completed the energy collectors and weapons systems for the warship, and the excitement was palpable. But as they gathered for a meeting, Mia noticed the atmosphere had shifted. "Everyone, I just received a warning," she said, her voice serious. "The Empire is mobilizing their fleet. They're coming for us." The room fell silent, shock spreading among the team members. Sam's eyes widened. "We need to finish Jupiter! We can't let them destroy us! "We have to move fast," Mia replied, her mind racing. "If we can get Jupiter operational, we might stand a chance against them." The team sprang into action, quickly reviewing the final systems for their warship. They had worked so hard, and now they had to put everything they had into this last push. The clock was ticking, and they could feel the weight of the Empire's threat bearing down on them. As the humans rushed to complete their preparations, Zoran's fleet approached Earth. The massive warships glided through the stars, engines humming with power. Zoran stood at the front of the command ship, staring at the view screen as Earth grew closer. "Once we reach the planet, we will unleash everything we have," he declared. "Show them the consequences of defiance." The Empire's ships lined up, ready for the assault. Zoran felt a mix of excitement and determination. He believed this would be an easy victory. The humans, in his mind, were still the same weak species they had always been. Back on Earth, the team had just finished activating Jupiter's systems. The massive warship was ready, but they still needed time to test everything. They watched anxiously as the radar picked up the Empire's fleet closing in. "We don't have much time," Leo shouted, his hands flying over the controls. "They'll be here any minute." Mia took a deep breath. "We have to deploy the energy collectors now. We need to power up Jupiter for battle. Everyone, to your stations!" As the team worked frantically, the radar blared, warning them that the Empire's ships were entering orbit. Zoran's voice echoed through the command ship, commanding his fleet to engage. "Fire the first wave!" he ordered, a smirk on his face as he imagined the destruction they would cause. The Empire's ships unleashed a barrage of powerful lasers toward Earth. Bright beams of energy streaked through space, striking the surface and causing explosions. The planet shook under the attack, and panic spread among the people. On the surface, Mia and her team felt the tremors from the blasts. They raced to their control panels, trying to maintain calm in the chaos. "Jupiter is our last hope," Mia shouted, determination in her voice. "We need to get it operational now." With a final surge of energy, the humans activated Jupiter's defenses. The massive warship roared to life, its energy collectors absorbing the lightning and wind from the planet's storms. The crew watched in awe as the warship's systems powered up, revealing its full might. Zoran watched from his command ship, his confidence faltering as he noticed the bright glow surrounding Jupiter. "What is happening?" he asked, his eyes narrowing in disbelief. "Sir, it appears the humans have activated their warship," an officer replied, panic in their voice. Just as Zoran prepared to order an immediate retreat, Jupiter unleashed its first counterattack. Massive energy blasts shot from the warship, striking the Empire's fleet with incredible force. The bright beams lit up space, and the Empire's ships began to crumble under the onslaught. "Return fire!" Zoran shouted, his voice filled with rage and disbelief. The battle had only just begun, and he couldn't accept that the humans had fought back so fiercely. As chaos erupted in space, Mia and her team cheered. They had done it. They had turned Jupiter into a powerful warship. Now they were ready to defend their home. The fight for Earth had begun, and the outcome was uncertain. But one thing was clear. The humans would not go down without a fight. The battle had ignited in space, and the stars twinkled as if watching the chaos unfold. Jupiter, once a peaceful planet, now roared with energy, its massive form glowing with power. Dr. Mia Chen and her team stood at the controls of the warship, adrenaline pumping through their veins. They could feel the weight of the moment. Their hard work had led to this, a chance to protect their home. "Fire the energy cannons," Mia commanded, her voice steady despite the chaos around them. The crew sprang into action, hands flying over the controls. The energy cannons on Jupiter charged up, and with a thunderous boom, they unleashed a volley of bright beams toward the approaching Empire ships. The blasts tore through space, striking their targets with deadly precision. "Direct hit!" Leo shouted, grinning as he monitored the radar. An Empire ship exploded in a burst of fire, scattering debris across the void. But the Empire wasn't going to back down easily. Zoran, furious and determined, yelled, "Return fire! Show them the might of the Galactic Empire!" The Empire's ships responded quickly. Lasers shot from their cannons, lighting up the dark canvas of space. Mia watched the radar, her heart racing as she calculated their next move. "Brace for impact!" she shouted. The crew gripped their stations, knowing that the battle had just begun. The first wave of enemy fire struck Jupiter, causing the massive warship to shudder. Alarms blared and red lights flashed. "Damage report!" Mia called out. "We've lost power to one of the energy collectors," Leo responded, panic creeping into his voice. "But we can reroute power from the others." "Do it now!" Mia replied, her mind racing. They had to keep fighting. They couldn't let the Empire take Earth. As Leo worked to stabilize the systems, Mia focused on the battle unfolding outside. The Empire had sent in reinforcements, and their numbers were overwhelming. But the humans were not going to give up. They had trained for this, and now it was time to show their strength. "Let's show them what we can do," Mia said, rallying her crew. "Aim for their command ship. If we can take out Zoran, we might turn the tide." The team responded with enthusiasm, aiming their energy cannons at the largest ship in the Empire fleet. "Target locked," Leo called out. "On my mark," Mia instructed, feeling a surge of determination. 3, 2, 1, fire! The beams shot from Jupiter, striking the command ship with incredible force. The impact shook the ship, and for a moment, it looked as if the Empire's flagship might crumble. But Zoran was quick to react. "Divert all power to shields," he ordered, gritting his teeth as he fought to maintain control. The Empire's shields flared to life, absorbing the energy blasts, but leaving them vulnerable to further attacks. Meanwhile, Mia's team continued to fire at the Empire ships. They focused on their strategy, working as a unit. Each time they struck an enemy ship, it felt like a victory, a step closer to defending their home. However, the Empire responded with relentless fury. Lasers lit up the space around Jupiter, and explosions echoed as enemy fire tore through the vacuum. The crew on Jupiter worked frantically, trying to keep their systems running and their ship intact. "Another hit!" shouted one of the crew members, panic evident in their voice. "We're losing our shields!" Mia felt a rush of fear but quickly steeled herself. "Keep firing! We can't let them break our line." The battle raged on, and as the humans fought back, the Empire grew more frustrated. Zoran clenched his fists, his mind racing. He had underestimated the humans, and now they were proving to be a real challenge. "Prepare for a boarding party," Zoran barked. "We'll take the warship by force if we have to." As the Empire's ships closed in on Jupiter, the humans prepared for the worst. "They're boarding us," Leo warned, his voice shaking. Mia's heart raced. "We need to defend our ship. Get to the escape pods and secure the doors." But the team was ready. They had trained for this moment, and they weren't going to back down. With fierce determination, they stood together, ready to defend their home and their creation. As the Empire ships launched boarding pods, the humans held their ground. The fight for Earth was far from over, and in the depths of space, two forces collided with explosive fury. This battle would define the fate of humanity, and both sides knew that victory would not come easily. The battle raged on, and the void of space was filled with fire and chaos. The Empire's ships closed in on Jupiter, desperate to breach its defenses. But inside the warship, Dr. Mia Chen and her team stood resolute, determined to defend their creation and their home. "Get ready for the boarding party," Mia shouted, adrenaline coursing through her veins. "We can't let them take control of our ship." Leo and the other crew members prepared themselves. They had trained for close combat, and now it was time to put their skills to the test. As the boarding pods struck Jupiter's hull, the team braced for impact. The sound of metal clanging echoed through the ship as the pods breached the hull. A hissing noise filled the air as the doors of the pods opened, and armed soldiers from the Galactic Empire rushed inside. The humans stood firm, ready to face their attackers. "Now!" Mia yelled. The crew sprang into action. They fought with everything they had, using makeshift weapons and their knowledge of the ship to their advantage. The small team faced the Empire's soldiers head-on, determined to protect their home. The first wave of soldiers charged in, but Mia and her crew quickly overwhelmed them. They fought with passion and desperation, knowing that the fate of Earth hung in the balance. Every moment felt like a lifetime as they clashed with the enemy. Outside, the battle continued to rage. Jupiter fired its energy cannons, striking down Empire ships while the humans held their ground inside. The sight of their warship wreaking havoc gave Mia and her team a surge of confidence. "We're doing it!" Leo shouted as another enemy soldier fell. But Zoran was relentless. He had ordered his forces to capture Jupiter, and he would not accept defeat. From his command ship, he watched the chaos unfold, his anger growing with every moment. "Reinforcements!" Zoran shouted, knowing he needed to turn the tide. "Send in more troops!" More boarding pods were launched toward Jupiter, and the sounds of explosions shook the warship. Mia felt the tremors, but she knew they had to keep fighting. As the enemy continued to flood into the ship, Mia rallied her team. "Stay focused. We have to defend our home and our future." The humans fought bravely, but they were outnumbered. Just as it seemed that the Empire might gain the upper hand, a new strategy began to unfold. Mia remembered the energy collectors they had built to harness Jupiter's storms. "If we can channel more power into the weapons, we can take out the enemy ships from inside," she exclaimed, her eyes lighting up with determination. "But the energy levels are risky," Leo warned, glancing at the readouts. "It could backfire! We don't have a choice," Mia replied. "We need to do this. It's our only chance." With quick thinking, the team began rerouting power from the energy collectors to the weapon systems. The hum of energy filled the air as they prepared for one last desperate attack. "Everyone get ready," Mia shouted, her voice steady. "On my mark. 3, 2, 1, fire!" The energy beams erupted from Jupiter, filling the space with bright light. They struck the Empire ships with incredible force, tearing through shields and hulls. The humans cheered as one enemy ship after another was destroyed, their spirits lifted by the sight. But Zoran was not finished. He was furious at the humans for fighting back so fiercely. "Retreat is not an option," he yelled. "We will crush them!" However, the tide was turning. The humans, fueled by their success, pushed forward, pushing back the remaining Empire forces. The crew worked tirelessly, defending their ship and their home with everything they had. In a final act of desperation, Zoran commanded his flagship to ram Jupiter. "We will end this now!" he roared. But as the command ship hurtled toward Jupiter, Mia saw the danger. "Everyone, brace for impact!" she shouted, knowing they had to prepare for the worst. The two ships collided with a deafening crash. The impact shook the entire warship, and alarms blared as systems began to fail. But through the chaos, Mia held on to hope. As the dust settled, Mia and her team emerged from the wreckage, battered but alive. They looked out to see the Empire's ships retreating, their forces scattered and broken. The humans had fought hard, and they had won. Cheers erupted among the crew as they realized what had happened. They had defended their home, and the Empire had been defeated. A new dawn was rising, and humanity had proven its strength. As the team gathered together, they knew they had changed the course of history. They had turned Jupiter into a powerful warship and defended Earth from a mighty foe. The battle had forged their bonds stronger than ever, and they looked forward to a brighter future. Mia smiled, feeling a sense of pride in what they had accomplished. "We did it," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "We showed them that humans are not to be underestimated." Together, they stood on the bridge of Jupiter, looking out at the stars. A new dawn had arrived, and humanity was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. They were united, stronger than before, and prepared for a future full of possibilities.